When should you take yours out?
Both of them, I believe.
Okay, so you asked one question, please?
I said, can you start timing it after slide number 3? Because it's gonna be over time. I'll try.
You're timing the videos also.
Yes, it's included.
The video is supposed to be part of the presentation, however, just because Mostafa is going tonight, I'm going to allow him the removal of the timing for the 2-minute video. I'm not going to include his. Everybody else, however, next class, your video gets included in the overall time, which is why you have to speak for 5 at least, and maximum 2 minutes for a video, okay? All right, so, you can see, we're gonna go.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my presentation. The person who changed the world, he got arrested once by New Mexico police station, and this photograph was taken of him in 1977 after traffic violation. Next slide. He had he was often heard saying, "I can do anything if I put my mind to it." Next slide. He has a no previous slide. He had reportedly once told his university teachers that he aims to become a millionaire by the age of 30. He missed it by 1 year. He became a billionaire by the age of 31. Next slide. I'm going to be talking about his early years and how he became a billionaire and where he invested his money. Next slide. His real name is William Henry Gates III. He was born in October 1955 in Seattle, Washington. At the age of 13, Bill Gates showed an interest in studying computer science, and he began studying computers in Lakeside School in Seattle. At that time, there was no personal computers, so the teachers, the universities, the businesses were used to use this kind of computer called mainframe computer. It looks like a refrigerator at that time. Okay, for Bill Gates, computer was a challenge for him to be mastered at. He recalled, "I wrote my first program when I was 13 years old. It was playing tic-tac-toe. The computer that I used was a huge, cumbersome, slow, and absolutely compelling." Next slide, please. All right. Bill Gates was responsible for the first virus, a computer virus in the computer's history. He was responsible for that. He invaded a national network of computers. It was called Cybernet. He installed that virus on the main computer, and it led to the crash of that system. So when he was found out, he was severely punished, and he was kept away from computers for the whole junior year at Lakeside School. Next slide. His school had no formal course of computing, so he spent so much time learning computers by himself in a computer room. He was learning different programming languages. Bill Gates worked in the computer room so much that the other students were complaining that he was hugging the equipment. But those same students, they came back to Bill Gates asking him for some solutions for some problems, computing problems. Next slide. This is very interesting. He dropped out of Harvard University College, so he was a dropout student. He dropped out to start one of the most successful companies and help usher in the new era of technology. He had passion about computers. He believed that the computer is a very valuable tool, and it's going to be available in every single house around the world. Okay, this is interesting. Next slide. In user-friendly language, communicating with computer is a matter of translating human language to codes that the computer understands. This method of communication is called software. His software design skills and business made Microsoft the company that he co-founded, a multi-billion empire company. What is Microsoft? Microsoft is a #1 computer software all over the world, made by Bill Gates. His first version of Microsoft was released in 1975. Next slide. Bill Gates ranks among the most famous business personalities. He got married in 1994 from Melinda French, a Microsoft manager. He got married and the wedding took place in Hawaiian Island. His fortune at that time of the marriage was estimated to $7 billion. After just 3 years, 1997, it was estimated to about $37 billion, earning him the richest man in America title. Next slide. Microsoft now is the worldwide leader company in software services and solutions that help people reach full potential. He also made it easier and he made it more enjoyable to use computers. Microsoft employs more than 78,000 employees around the world in over 105 countries and regions. And the revenue of the company was $52 billion in 2007. Next slide. Bill Gates lives in 66,000 square feet mansion. And the net worth as the end of 2013 of him, it was more than 72, it was about $77 billion. Next slide. On 2008, Bill Gates retired from Microsoft. He retired from Microsoft to work on his other project. He had another project that he created with his wife. It's called Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They dedicated over $28 billion to support charities in the areas of global health and education. Next slide. Now, this is the summary of my presentation. Bill Gates is famous for co-founding Microsoft and shaping the computer age. He's considered one of the richest business personalities around the world. With one of the world's most successful companies in technology and immense charitable network, taking up issues such as poverty, famine, and disease around the world, Bill Gates is guaranteed to make an incredible impact on the world. And thank you very much. We have a video to watch. The next slide.
It's in the background, all right?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
He had a future vision. So he had one saying that's very famous. He said, "When I was 19, I caught a sight of the future, and based my career on what I saw, I turned out to have been right." And this is the
Can you get
video.
some more in the background?
The other tab. This one.
Yep. Make it larger.
what do you consider at this point, given all of the resources that you put into these important projects, to be your most important victory, or your area of greatest success, and what did you learn from it?
Well, we've had the most success in global health. You know, there's over 6 million people alive today that wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for the vaccine coverage and new vaccine delivery that we've funded. And so it's very measurable stuff. And in fact, if you applied a very tough lens to our work, you can almost say, okay, why are you even involved in U.S. education? Well, we have a reason that you could say is not all that numerical, which is that the success that I had, that Melinda had, came from the U.S. education system. It came from the U.S. system of encouraging innovation and business, and, you know, protecting intellectual property. And so we feel like we need to take what we think is the greatest cause of inequity, the greatest challenge to America's continued leadership and innovation, which is the failures of the education system, that we need to be dedicated to that, even though the risk that we might not have a dramatic impact is much higher in that work than it is in any of our health or agriculture or sanitation or financial service work, which focuses on the poor countries. And we feel that it's critical that America can get improved education, but that's very hard work. And over the last 20 years, where government spending in this area and philanthropic spending, although it's a tiny percentage, it's gone up dramatically. The provable achievement in terms of reading ability, math ability, dropout rates, you know, kids graduating from college, there's been hardly any improvement at all, despite massive resource increases that have gone into the area. So it's critical, but it's not easy, and there's no proof that it's necessarily going to be dramatically better 10 or 20 years from now.
This was Bill Gates, dropout student. He's the richest person in America or all around the world. Number one.
Thank you. Good job.
Change the world.
Oh, did you want to go? Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I forgot. So if you have all your papers that you want to give me, I'll take them.
Yeah, I can.
Flash drive.
What's that?